Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dr. Arif Alvi, President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Ms. Aida Girma, Country Representative, UNICEF, diplomats, friends, ladies and gentlemen, especially all the young children I see sitting at the back. Welcome to yet another celebration of World Children's Day. We have a lot to celebrate, but we also have a lot of introspection to do because we still have a long road ahead where we have to deliver the rights committed to us for our children, not only in the Constitution of Pakistan, but also in the international conventions that we have signed, including the International Convention on Rights of the Child and including the additional protocols of that convention. We have in fact ratified 7 core human rights conventions, and we are committed to fulfilling all of them. हम ये commitments जो करते हैं, जो हमारी हुकूमत या जो हमारा स्टेट लेता है, ये हम इस वजह से करते हैं क्योंकि हमारा एक फ़र्ज़ है, हमारा एक रियासत के तहत, एक हुकूमत के तहत हमारा फ़र्ज़ है हमारे लोगों के लिए और हमारे बच्चों के लिए ख़ास तौर पे जो हमारा मुस्तक़बिल है कि उनको उनके हकूक़ दिए जाएं, उनके लिए बेहतर हालात बनाएं मुल्क में, तालीम के, सेहत के, ताकि वो अपने ख्वाब पूरे कर सकें, और वो ख्वाब जब पूरे करेंगे तो वो कौम अपने ख्वाब पूरे करेगी और तरक्की करके हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. So therefore we do what we do, we fulfill our commitments because we believe in them. Nobody is holding a gun to our heads. We believe in these commitments, and we feel it is our moral obligation to fulfill what we have committed to as a nation, as a government. We have done a number of things in our ministry. We have, for example, got a national action plan where there's one whole chapter on children and children's rights. We deal with child labor. Last year, we proscribed domestic child labor by amending the 1991 Child Employment Act and changing the schedule and proscribing child domestic labor. We have, of course, as has already been mentioned, so I won't go into it, the Zainab Alert Response and Recovery Act. Our Zainab Alert Authority is ready. The Director General has been appointed. The National Commission on the Rights of the Child is now functional. And also I want to point out, there are 2 children who are members of the National Commission on the Rights of the Child. So children's rights are represented directly. We have given them that space to be able to assert their vision of how they see the state should be delivering on children. But it's not just the Ministry of Human Rights. As a government, the PTI has focused on the improvement of their children. For example, the Prime Minister has been committed to getting rid of malnutrition and stunting amongst children. So our Ehsaas program has special funding and there's a special program to deal with stunting and malnutrition. The Ehsaas program also is making it easier for poor families to send their children to school, especially the girl child, because a special financial package is given if you send your child to secondary school. And if you're sending your girl child, you get more funding. So this is a particular incentive, not just to get our children into schools, but especially girls to be sent to schools. Because obviously, one of the arguments that we faced when we were pushing for the prescription of child domestic labor was, this is a social tradition, what will you do? Poor families, they need to place their children to work so they get an income and the child gets 2 meals a day. So the government's answer was, no, that is not the way to do it. Incentivize families sending their children to school, because a child should be in the school, not working. And the government will incentivize by giving you financial help and support, and we have delivered on that, and we will continue to deliver. जहाँ तक सेहत का ख्याल है, हमारी हुकूमत ने हेल्थ कार्ड्स पूरे मुल्क में अब डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे कि खैबर पख्तूनख्वा के पास ऑलरेडी हेल्थ कार्ड सिस्टम था, पिछली पीटीआई हुकूमत, उन्होंने अब एक्सपैंड कर दिया है. सो एनी resident who has domicile of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is entitled to a health card no matter where they're living in Pakistan. Punjab mein it is going to be started and health cards are going to be distributed. Already some districts in South Punjab have got them, but the whole of Punjab will begin to be covered by December. We need provincial government's inputs, of course, into the health card. It is unfortunate that the Sindh government has not agreed to helping, but Balochistan government will also be starting the health card system soon. And we hope that the Sindh government will put aside politics and allow the people who are domiciled in Sindh to have the same health privileges that the rest of the Pakistani citizens are going to get in the other provinces. But so what I'm saying is that child rights is not confined to what the Ministry of Human Rights does. Yes, we are the focal ministry, but the entire government is focusing on the rights of people, including child rights. And our approach is not a purely social welfare approach that we are doling out some charity to the people. No. Our approach is a rights-based approach. ये हमारे शहरियों का हक है और हुकूमत का फर्ज है to deliver. ये कोई एहसान नहीं हुकूमत करती अपने लोगों पे, ये उनका फर्ज बनता है. This is our approach that we have adopted as a government, and this is the approach that we adopt in our ministry. There are lots of things we have done. We have also we're opening up a new regional office in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, specifically for the newly merged districts of what used to be FATA, because we feel that people there need special attention. So we are now opening a special office in addition to our existing regional office. But we as members of the international community cannot live in an island called Pakistan and say, okay, we are doing a lot of good work for people in Pakistan, let's focus on that. No, we cannot ignore the plight of people outside of the country. We are members of the international community, and especially the plight of children. And therefore, I have to draw attention to what is happening to the children, apart from the women and youth and elders, but specifically children, since it's Universal Children's Day today, in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Pellet guns. India is a signatory to the Convention Against Inhumane Weapons. That's a shortened version of that convention, that's what it's called. India is using pellet guns, which come under the category of inhumane weapons because they're used for hunting animals. But the Indian occupation government is using it against women and children. The hundreds of children have been blinded because of the use of pellet guns. Where is this hue and cry from the world? Nothing. It's shameful. Why is the international community not living up to what it has committed to? I mean, the UN has, international community has brought about these conventions. The international community has become guarantors of the UN conventions on the rights of the child and a whole lot of other, the Geneva protocols, Geneva conventions. So why the silence? No medical aid is being delivered. Children are being deprived their right to education. Yes, we heard such a huge hue and cry when the Americans fled and the Afghan government, the President Ashraf Ghani fled with the money, and the Taliban marched into Kabul as victors in a war. And the Western world went hysterical that, oh, girls will be denied education, where we must push for education. Yes, we should. And the Taliban have the right to provide education, it's a commitment to children, girls and boys, and young women should be allowed, and women should be allowed to work. But they also have a right to define the parameters of education and work within their cultural and religious environment and their beliefs. But why is there no hue and cry about Kashmiri children not being allowed to go to schools, about Kashmiri children being devastated with pellet guns, seeing their parents murdered in front of them and not being able to do anything? Why this double standard? And why is there no hue and cry when girl children and Muslim women and Muslim girl children are being denied education in some Western countries if they decide to wear a hijab? If the dress is such an issue in Afghanistan, why is it not an issue in Europe, where young Muslim girls and Muslim women are denied their basic rights of education and the right to work because of the dress they wear? So I want to reiterate, as a member of the international community, I as a Pakistani have every right to call out the international community on these double standards. I think UNICEF should take a lead in ensuring that children everywhere have the same rights, and the same rights are implemented. Right to education, right to work. We want it implemented in Afghanistan, we want it implemented in European countries also. We want the international community to see what the Indian occupation forces are doing in Kashmir to children. So I thought that since this is World Children Day, these points must be brought out. Yes, we have a long way to go in Pakistan, but we admit our shortcomings and we want to overcome them. But it's time to end this hypocrisy. We heard statements, Secretary General's statement came as well. But why then suddenly these grandiose statements, but in the specifics, we only focus on certain parts of the world and allow the developed world to abuse, to deny rights to Muslims. And finally, what is happening to the refugees in Europe? Children seeking refuge, and look what is being done to the refugees, including little children, especially in Europe. We are seeing what is happening on the borders of Belarus and Poland. Is this how we spread the rights of children universally? This is not the way that the international community can go. I think the time has come for the UN to speak out for everyone on an equitable basis. And I want to thank the UNICEF for all the cooperation that they give us to further our goals of improving the lives of our children, especially our child labor survey also, which was delayed because of COVID, but should be completed next year, inshallah, because for the first time, we will have a proper database on child labor, because that will help us make realistic policies. And finally, once again, please, let's not be hypocritical. Let's have standards that are applied without discrimination across the world, not just focusing on a few developing countries. Thank you, President Saab, for once again supporting us on this occasion. And thank you to all our guests who have come. And Pakistan Zindabad, and may our children look forward to a brighter future.